Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition one-shot of Curse of Strahd, featuring a all-star cast: Morticia Adams, Lily Munster, Shelley the Bride, and Elvira. Or, as I know them, Cynthia Marie, Ellie Collins, Brianna DeCoster, and Megan McCauley. Before we begin, I just want you to know that we will be doing something a little unique with this one-shot, so do not expect this to be your traditional Curse of Strahd playthrough. Like I said, this is a one-shot. So keep that in mind as you see some of the rules we're using. And before we go any further, I would like my cast to introduce themselves in full, starting with Cynthia.
Hey everyone, I am Cynthia Marie. You guys can find me on the socials at Sundancer or Instagram Cynthia__Marie. I do a lot of TTRPG shows. You guys probably know me from Gehenna Gaming, playing a whole bunch of other games too here. So yeah, but I am playing Morticia Adams.
And Ellie.
Hi everyone, I am Ellie Collins. I am playing Lily Munster. You can find me all over the internet at Ellie_A_Collins or STing for ATL by night over on the Facility Productions or all over Gehenna Gaming playing various games, as well as my TTRPG Fear by the Fire.
Brianna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brianna. Some of you guys may know me as Utahime on the social media. So UTAHIME cosplay pretty much everywhere, or at Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And I'm a community manager and producer over at Cybernation Uncensored and community manager at the Initiative Order. And tonight I am playing Shelley, the Bride.
Last but not least, Megan.
Yes, sirree, it's little old me, Megan McCauley, here to play Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, for you tonight. You can find me on all the socials at whatever they are /melee damage or Megan McCauley official, in the middle of a branding shift at the moment. But I do music, I do film, cosplay, TTRPG, streaming, gaming, all of the things. So the easiest way to check out anything I'm doing is just to stay updated on there.
Fantastic. And now, join us all for Ladies' Night in Barovia. Our night begins like any other for you, a rainy, lightning cracking off in the distance, gorgeous weekday evening. And I think we're going to start with Shelley. You have some freedom this evening, I believe.
Oh, I have lots of freedom, darling.
And I believe you are going to visit your friends and gather them up for a girls' night. Who are you going to visit first?
Elvira, of course.
Fantastic. Take it away.
Oh my God. It's been forever. Look at you, darling.
Hey, fancy meeting you here. You looking pretty good for like a bunch of dead gals thrown together. I like the look. This is
I
good.
know. I'm really digging the new look. You know, I took your tip, did a little something different with my hair. I hope you like.
No, it looks great. I mean, this up here, it's a thing. You still kept the height, It's
I couldn't let go of everything, You got to keep a little bit of something. A little bit, just a little bit.
Lot of something. Size does matter. regardless of what people say. Why don't you come on in? What's the occasion that you're out on the town tonight?
We gotta get the girls together. Listen, I am independent now. I left Frankie. I was like, this isn't happening. No, I need my independence. I need to figure out who I am. I want to just travel. Like, you've been going interdimensional, all that stuff, right? Like, all over the place.
It's fun. It make you a little nauseous sometimes, but yeah, you get used to it after a while.
You know, I have a new, if you couldn't tell from the wedding dress, you know, I kept it because it makes my waist look almost like yours. Just, you know, I mean, a little bit, but, you know.
It's definitely a look. I like it. You might be sending mixed signals, depending on who it are. You trying to pick up a new guy, or you just footloose and fancy free?
No. None of that. I need to be by myself. I don't need no gentleman, okay? I just want to be able to have some fun like we used to have back in the day with the girls, which is why we need to get them all together and, you know, just have a good time, wrecking some shit, you know?
I think you're right, and I think we should probably get a hold of Lily and Tish.
Oh, I love Lily, but you know, like, we need to, but Herman's gonna be a problem, let me tell you, because you know Frankie's brother, younger brother.
Almost slipped my mind. You're right. Oh,
yeah. So, I mean, I know you think this is sending mixed signals. I like to think that it's just like my independent lady, like, get up, like Runaway Bride, you know, like the Julia Roberts situation. Was that Julia Roberts? I don't even remember. You know, sometimes it escapes my brain. I do have like multiple brains in this head, so it's all sewn together.
Well, Runaway Bride does sound interesting. Not really my kind of movie, but I heard good things about it.
It's okay. You don't need to just know she ran away from the loser. That's all you need to know. That's all that's important.
That's a good takeaway from that. I'm gonna trust you and your opinion on that. So what should we do? Should we call them? Should we just show up and say, hey, like, let's go? We should
definitely call Lily. We should try to go and meet Morticia in person, because we're gonna have to pull her out of there. She's not gonna want to leave Gomez. You know that she's like, they're sewn at the hip practically. It's gonna be so difficult. We got to do some like finagling, you know, just something, I don't know. But no, we should definitely, because I don't want to have to deal with that drama. No.
I'm mostly worried about Gomez trying to come with us. Because they're attached.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've got to get the girls away from their men. That's the thing that we've got to do. We're going to do that. We're setting the intention.
Yes.
We're going to focus and follow through. And tonight, by the end of the night, it will be the four of us tearing up the town like old times.
Yes, I love it. See, I knew I had to come to you first because you already know how we roll. Yes.
Yeah, I am the friend that likes to help hide bodies. So yes, perfect. We got this.
Fantastic.
So you're going to call Lily before you head over?
I think we should. Call, let her know that she's gonna have to make sure that Herman is on his best behavior, because I don't want to have to go there with him. Okay? Because he'll be needing some new body parts if he tries to come at me, okay?
That's absolutely valid. Sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Lily.
Yes.
It is the evening. What are you doing at this time?
Oh, I'm just making dinner. Grandpa is up to something, I'm sure. I don't know what, but I know it's something. Herman is out in the garden, probably screwing up my flowers.
Almost definitely.
Pretty definitely. But yeah, I'm just cooking in the kitchen.
Okay. You're in the middle of cooking when the phone rings.
Yes, hello, Monster Residence.
Hey, Lily. So,
Hey, Lily!
you know who that is, right?
Shelley? Hi, dear.
Yes,
It's been too long.
doll.
Elvira, how are you, dear?
Oh, good. You know what? I'm just gonna, man, these old-fashioned phones don't really have speaker. We're gonna have to lean in, I think.
Okay.
So we're thinking about, doing a girls' night tonight. What do you say? You gonna come out with us? Maybe leave the big lug behind and tear up the town?
Don't mention that I'm with you. You know, he's gonna have a cow. Don't tell him.
Well, I'm gonna lean out and see Herman has already destroyed 2 of my rose bushes. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll absolutely. I'll get a driver. We can take my car.
I love it.
You got a nice car. I'll give you that. I'm for it.
What about Tish? Is Tish coming?
We haven't gone to get Tish yet. We're trying to
We're
divide.
working on it.
Yeah, we got to get her away from Gomez.
I feel like she'd be more inclined if you're with us, if that makes sense.
Should I get my driver to pick you both up?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, I'll be.
Okay, you meant pick up in the car, not pick up.
Yes.
Okay, no, got it.
I'll see you in a little bit.
See you, doll.
And then just yelling at Herman as I get off the phone.
Yeah.
And I will go out to the driver and instruct him to stop by Shelley and Elvira's houses to pick them up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, madam. And he opens the door for you and it's on his driver cap and gets in and takes off in the hot rod that is the Monster Mobile. As Herman's like, hey, wait, what, huh? And you swing over, you pick up the 2 lovely ladies, load into the car, which has plenty of space, and head off towards the Addams family residence. Is there any banter in the car while you're on your way there, or?
Just a lot of complaining about Herman. One of these days, I am just going to call my brother, and I'm going to call my brother, and Herman will have to straighten up. He'll have to.
Listen,
Lester
I don't
won't
know
allow
how
it.
you did it all these years. Listen, I had to leave Frankie at the altar. That was not going to happen. No way.
Look, he's a big stupid lug and he ruins all my flowers, but I just love him. He's just so sweet too. He's really a great husband and a wonderful father.
All right.
But Frankie,
that's just not for me. You know, I mean, Frankie, that's just too much. He's even stupider than Herman. I'm supposed to put up with that for like an eternity? Are you kidding me? Get out of here.
In all honesty, dear, I'm surprised you made it to the altar to leave him at. That's my personal opinion.
Daddy was like, I promise you were meant to be together. I was like, yada, 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 trying to look at all the exits, and then I made my own exit. As one does, you know.
Honestly, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. I mean, why settle for one dish when you can have the entire buffet?
Too true. True.
As always, I'm telling you, it's the Lily. You need to do the interdimensional thing that Elvira does all the time. Listen, I'm about to get on that same page, darling. I'm gonna figure out, what's out there. I can't just stay in the village the whole time. Get out of here.
That's true. I'm getting a little tired of my odd jobs. I've been doing palm reading at the tea room again, and you know how jealous
You've
Herman
always
gets.
been so good at the palm readings.
I try.
Can you read my palm?
Sure.
What you'll see is like literally like where the stitch, like it's like so many different, like it's like 3 different hands stitched together as one.
We'll see this. That would be your long lifeline.
Of
It's
course.
very long. It goes all the way up into your forearm, it seems.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
And this one means you're not shy at all. And
Never. Mm-mm.
this one means that there's an exciting night in your future.
Oh, I knew it. See? That's why we had to get Lily.
Mistresses, we
Yes, dear.
have arrived. The car pulls up in front of the Addams family house.
All right, what's the plan to get her away from Gomez?
I mean, we could throw her in a bag, but she might fight.
Oh, she's a fighter. Uh-huh.
Usually has that sword on her, yeah.
And she also carries those shears that she used for her flower
Oh,
garden.
yes.
Listen, I could get stitched back together, but it's a hassle. It's a whole thing. I gotta go back to Daddy, and then he's gonna try to marry me off to Frankie again, and I can't deal with that.
Well, let's just see what she says, and then we'll pull out the kidnapping bag later if we have
Okay.
to.
I follow your leads, darlings.
I'm still going to bring it with me, just in case.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
Bring it, of course. I'm gonna go up and ring the doorbell.
Morticia, you absolutely heard the car pull up well before the doorbell. It's not a quiet vehicle.
Interesting. Well, I'm in the middle of looking at Uncle Knick-Knack's wardrobe. So I have just placed Uncle Knick-Knack on the side, and I'm pulling out Uncle Knick-Knack's winter wardrobe. Lurch, darling, could you possibly go get the door?
It's off. And the 3 of you, a moment later, the door opens, and Lurch towers over all of you.
Ah,
Good evening, Lurch. Is Morticia home? May we please speak with her?
And he steps aside and gestures for you to come in.
Thank you.
Elvira winks at Lurch as she walks by.
I know, he's such a hottie.
It's just a
see,
very
oh.
slow, like,
Morticia, dear.
Yes, I'm over here putting together Uncle Knick-Knack's wardrobe.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hello, Lily. Shelley.
I still have
Elvira.
in my hand.
Hiya.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. How are you?
Wonderful. I had a bit of a proposition for you.
It's a good one, too.
So it seems that dear Shelley here has gained some newfound independence.
I heard.
If you
Yes.
couldn't already tell.
We all heard. And I think we should just, get together like we used to. Just the 4 of us, no boys. And just, have an evening together.
I am in the middle of Uncle Knick-Knack's wardrobe, but Pugsley and Wednesday are off doing, whatever it is that they're doing, and Gomez seems to be preoccupied by Fester. So
that's a yes.
somewhere off in the house you can hear sword fighting.
Sure,
Yeah,
they'll
what-
be busy.
what did you have in mind?
I figured we just drive around into the countryside and see what sights we've never seen before.
I don't intend to leave the house. I have perhaps a better idea. Come with me.
Oh?
You just see Morticia gliding across to the library.
As you pass through the halls of the mansion, Fester and Gomez sweep across the upper level sword fighting, and he just yells out, "Ah, Caramia, watch!" And he like thrusts, and the sword goes straight through Fester.
Oh, mon sauvage.
And then this Fester and they just keep going.
You see, like, Morticia, like, just ever so slightly kind of, like, bead up a little bit, but, like, she just keeps on floating across the floor.
And you enter the library.
This is where I tend to have my most fun adventures lately.
Are you kidding me? We gonna read some books?
We gotta
That's
get
your
out.
idea?
Yes, we're just gonna read some books, Shelley.
I never been good at reading books, you know?
You have 4 brains in your head. How is that possible?
Listen, they're all pieces put together. It doesn't mean that they retain things properly.
Well, I will help you through this, okay, Shelley?
All right. But I just think that there's other things that we could be doing instead, but fine.
And Morticia, what book are you looking for?
So we just received a brand new book. It says something Barovia on it, and so I'm kind of thumbing through the different ones. I pull out 7 Leagues Under the Sea for a moment, open that up. Does anything happen?
You all hear a crashing of waves and a whale, like just a.
Oh, wrong book. You should close that before the water starts to come out. You don't want to. That adventure's quite swashbuckly. I don't think that is our speed tonight. Oh, here it is.
And you pull a book.
Yes,
the
there
shelf.
it is. Ravenloft.
Sounds promising.
The cover is red leather with an embossed image of a very handsome, statuesque man in a cloak overlooking a balcony. And it says, I, Strahd, Memoirs of a Vampire on it.
Vampire? I wonder if he knows Grandpa.
It's possible. Would you like to go find out?
Go find out.
Of course. And I'm going to open the book.
You open the book, and the lights in the room dim ever so slightly as fog starts to billow and pour out of the pages. And you all hear a howl of wolves. You're not sure if it's coming from outside or the pages. And in a moment, the lights dim, and before you spreads a countryside. Sharp mountain peaks in the distance. Dark, menacing-looking forests. And the Monstermobile, sitting to the side with a very confused-looking driver. And before you sits Barovia. See the hamlet off in the distance. You can see, as I said, the jagged mountain peaks, the dark, menacing-looking forests, and before you, black pools of water stand like dark mirrors on a muddy roadway, giant trees looming on both sides, mist swirling amongst the roots, and the Monstermobile sitting behind you with the driver going,
Well,
Mistress,
I think we have our girls' night out.
It's perfect. Oh, you always had the best taste, Tish.
Well done.
I thought you would enjoy this.
I always get a little nervous. In the dimensions where we hit the black and white, though, just a little nervous I'm gonna run into Vampira. I don't know. She's had a thing out for me for a while. But hey, I've got you guys to have my back, so if we see her, put her
You
in
want me to punch her in the face? I don't
Absolutely.
mind.
Absolutely.
So I should warn you, things get a little more exaggerated here in this book. So do be careful when you decide to punch things.
Oh?
Why is that?
I mean, you could try to punch this tree and find out.
Can I? Oh, I want to do it. Let's go. Yeah. Hold on, girls. I gotta get a little limber. And then Shelley's going to walk directly to the tree
Mhm.
and punch it with like all her might. Just a good right to this tree.
Why don't you just give me a strength check?
Oh yes.
Or unarmed strike.
They're the same.
First roll of the game.
That's a 32.
Well, the tree isn't able to dodge, so you definitely hit it. Go ahead and roll damage and give yourself an extra D10 for the inanimate object.
Fantastic. That's a 14.
Okay. Yep, you definitely just splinter the trunk of this tree. Shards of wood fly off to the left, and you all hear this creaking sound as the tree starts to lean, and then a crack as the rest of the trunk breaks and it starts to fall.
Now you're not gonna be so at me for like hurting a tree, right? Because I know you do all your gardening and whatnot, but this is just for fun. You can fix it, right?
We'll fix it later.
Okay.
So, what is there to do in this magic book land of yours?
I still
Well-
got it.
Sounded like you ladies wanted to get some sort of libation, no?
Yes.
Libation's nice.
Well, then let's find the nearest tavern.
Mistress, the carriage driver leans out the side of the monstermobile. I do believe that there is a town up ahead. I'm sure I can find an inn to deliver you to.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh wait, I need to get prepared. I'm ready.
Wonderful.
This is gonna be a long night.
Oh, come now, Tish.
What? I had a wonderful night with Gomez last night. He was absolutely unhinged.
I'm sure, but we all need some time for just our gal pals every now and again.
All right,
Elvira, tell her.
No, again, sometimes it's good to leave the old ball and chain at home. Also, I love your glasses. I used to have a pair just like them, but Gronk ate them. Speaking of which, happy to be without the dog even tonight, so let's do us.
Let's go.
Love it. Let's go.
And as you climb into the carriage, you hear the howling of wolves off in the distance. And then the sound of the engine cranking on drowns all of it out. As the carriage driver takes off, probably a little too fast on these muddy dirt roads.
Oh. Do be careful.
Of course, mistress. As you travel Old Valich Road, ahead fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. And jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework, dew clinging with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guards flank the gate, their heads now lying amongst the weeds at their feet. They greet you with only silence. And the gates are open.
Elvira walks up to one of the statues and goes, "Ha ha, How's your head?
There is no response, obviously.
She still just points and laughs.
I don't think they've had any complaints.
And as
Oh?
you pass through, you hear the creaking as the gates swing closed all on their own.
Oh.
The woods on both sides of you tower over the car, cutting the view off as the road swings down into a valley. The mist blotting out all but the gray light that kind of filters through everything. You can't tell if it's night, dawn, dusk. Certainly not day. But as you travel down the road and through this forest, it starts to open up. And as you enter the valley, you can see ahead and to the right a village. Tall walls. And off to your left, a river cutting through the valley, kind of weaving its way through the water clear crystal blue. Head towards the town. Okay. As you approach the village of Barovia, you see... I'm actually reading the descriptions word for word from the book, because it's funnier that way. So give me a second while I switch chapters. Okay. As you approach the village, tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground gives way to slick, wet cobblestones, and tall shapes become dwellings. As you pass through the gates of the walls, tall shapes, windows staring out at you with inky pools of blackness on the other side, and silence greets you, except for the roar of the engine. It's difficult to tell which buildings are residences and which are businesses, because everything appears so gloomy and dour, until you see lanterns cutting through. Shafts of light illuminating a main square and a open doorway. A sign hanging askew proclaiming it to be Blood on the Vine Tavern.
That sounds promising, or looks promising rather. Blood on the Vine Tavern. How do you feel, ladies?
I think it sounds perfectly homey.
It's great branding, if you ask me.
Who's Brandon?
Branding! Ing!
Oh, no. Okay, no, I got you now. Yeah, drinks. Sounds great.
All right, let's go.
All right. The car pulls up, pulling to a stop. Ladies, I shall be waiting for you when you are ready to leave. The driver just
Thank
kind of
you.
settles back, pulls his cap
Thank
down.
ya.
And inside you can see a handful of, you presume, residents of this town, a pudgy little man behind the bar, and a few others quietly sipping wine, and their clothes are drab, not very colorful, except for 3 ladies sitting at a table with brightly colored shawls, fabric draped in different fabrics. They clash very strongly with the rest of the inhabitants.
Seems like they're having a ladies' night as well.
How exciting. I'm gonna go to the bartender real quick.
Okay.
Could I possibly buy a round for my ladies here? And also, is it all right that I smoke in here?
Of course. He's just
I-
cleaning a glass, not actually meeting your gaze.
All right. Well, I'll have a glass of red wine, ladies. Red wine.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Something a little stronger for me, if you could there, Tish. I haven't drank wine since the 80s.
Do you have your finest mead or brandy?
Of course.
Shelley, what would it be for you?
You know, I'm trying something different, so maybe white wine. I know. I'm going wild here. We're having a ladies' night, right? Just do something different.
He sets out 3 wine glasses and a brandy snifter, fills 2 with red wine, 1 with white, and he uncorks a bottle with no label on it and pours the darkest colored brandy you've ever seen into a glass.
Ah, that looks promising now.
Oh, now I have regrets. Okay.
Well, here's to a wonderful ladies' night.
Yes.
And the bartender just returns to cleaning glasses.
As Morticia leads the ladies back to a table, she doesn't actually sit down. She actually starts kind of moving her knees back and forth, and as she's doing this, smoke quite literally starts to come out of her because she's smoking.
I love it.
Amazing.
You know, I always said, Tish, you're a smoke show.
All right, so why is it that we're having a ladies' night? What is going on? Why did you leave Frankie at the altar?
Why do you think, huh?
He seemed like a perfectly good catch and probably ravishing in other places.
Dumb as bricks. Not so ravishing in other places like you might think. Hopefully Herman does a little better in that department. Just saying.
Frankie was always
Anyways.
the lesser of the two.
See, now it makes sense. It's all adding up, putting the picture together.
Well, pardon me for making assumptions here, and if I'm off base, please let me know. But couldn't you just replace the things you didn't appreciate?
Well, you expect me to tell Daddy that I needed an upgrade in that department? You're kidding, right?
It was just a thought.
It would be an uncomfortable conversation, Tish.
Oh. Didn't realize that everybody had such uncomfortable conversations. My children come to me all the time and ask me about what we were doing last night.
Well, let's just say that Daddy isn't as open to certain conversations, obviously to try to force his daughter into a arranged marriage situation that she didn't want. So, I mean, there you go.
If you didn't want it, then I understand.
No.
Not everyone gets to marry for love like we do, Tish.
Fair enough.
What is that again?
Which part?
Well, the love thing. I still don't understand how it all works, you know? I don't know, Elvira, maybe you understand in the interdimensional traveling and all of that jazz. You know something about love too, but I don't know what all of that is.
Love is great. Love is good. Love is a many splendored thing. Personally, that I feel should not be tied to 2 people. I mean, maybe one day I'll meet someone, but like you said, dumb as a box of rocks. They kind of all are, in my opinion. So yeah, just, use them what they're good for.
That's been my opinion. But then if they're not good in that other area, then why keep them around, you know?
Absolutely useless. I agree. I see where Shelley's coming from.
Lily, are you gonna weigh in here?
I can't particularly say much. Herman is infuriating, as always, with just how foolish and stubborn he can be, but I don't know. Love doesn't make sense. It never is supposed to. You just know it, and eventually you find a man who is less dumb than the rest, and you want to have that less dumb lug around you every day, forever, and have beautiful little werewolf babies with him.
Yes, and when you feel that uncontrollable urge to just, you found the one.
Wait, so the feeling that I felt about Frankie where I wanted to rip his eyes out of the sockets and throw it across the yard, that's love?
It is
Or
if
like
you
rip his
want it to
tongue
be.
out of his mouth and then just stab it repeatedly?
That might not be love, dear.
Oh. Oh. It's very complicated. I need to drink more of this, whatever this is, white wine.
That'll help.
Enlightenment.
As you sit there, most of the other patrons have not spoken a single word even to each other. They're just sitting there staring at you. Except for a young man sitting in a corner booth drinking wine by himself, and the three colorful women. Which, at this point, one of them gets up, comes over, says, "Oh, hello, dearies. Enjoying a night out, are you?"
Yes. And who are you?
"Oh, my name is Alenka. I own this tavern. With
Alenka,
with my sisters, of course."
You have a fine establishment here.
"Oh, thank you, thank you. Have you been here before? In
I
Barovia?"
have, but the other ladies have not.
"Really? What brings you back?"
Your fine dining.
She just stares at you.
Tish, what's happening?
Not exactly sure.
You got a classy joint here.
"Oh, I thank you. Will you be staying long?"
And then Shelley looks at like the girls.
It's just a girls' night out. You know how those are.
"Of course. Well, I'm sure that our cousin would love to meet you, and I'm sure she could provide some entertainment if that's what you want."
Cousin?
Madam Ava. She is a fortune teller.
Oh, me too.
"Really?" And
I read palms.
She reads cards.
Oh.
Well, I would highly encourage, after you have enjoyed your drinks, if you head out of town along the road, you up towards the mountains, you would be sure to run into her. She is traveling with the caravan. If that's your fancy.
Sounds exciting. I mean, Lily, I know you love reading the future, but why not get the future read by somebody else?
That could be fun.
Well, if you decide to, just let her know that Alenka, Mirabelle, and Sorvia sent you, and she will give you a free reading.
Splendid. Thank you so much.
Of course, please enjoy your stay. And she walks back over to the table with the other two ladies, who just smile very sweetly at you and then go back to their own drinks and the very gray-looking stew they're eating.
I want to try to perceive if they were lying.
Okay, give me an insight check. Oh, and I'll just make this deception roll here.
You said insight, correct?
Yes, I did.
19.
Yeah, oh, yeah, much higher. Definitely lying. You're not sure about what. Possibly the entire conversation. Possibly just with a 19 over what she rolled. You get the vibe that the niceness of it all was the lie.
Lily,
Yes.
have you ever asked your neighbor for a cup of sugar?
All the time.
You know those looks that you get?
Yes.
I believe that we just had that similar encounter.
Oh. Well, that's
Am I
no
missing
fun.
something?
Nah, just townsfolk. They do that. They townfolk.
Oh.
That is partially true. I do feel like there's something afoot here.
Something we should investigate?
Perhaps, but I'm not sure if the investigation is with the trio over there, but perhaps with the caravan.
But I
Oh.
have both feet. Like, I made sure they were attached and everything.
Yes, you do have both of your feet. I'm so happy for you, Shelley. No, this is something different. More of a figure of speech.
Oh, I knew that.
You did. It's okay. Shall we go to this caravan? I'm very curious as to what's in store over there.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Yes.
A couple of these in, I'll be ready to go. Let me grab one more as we leave. Do they have a to-go cup? I wonder if they have a to-go cup.
Oh, a souvenir.
Besides-
Garçon, do you have some sort of glass with a lid on top of it?
One moment. And he kind of goes underneath the bar and pulls out a stein.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
And then he looks at the drinks. Do you get refills before you go, or is it the drinks that you were already drinking?
I'll have a top off.
Okay.
I'll just take the rest of mine.
Okay. And he says that'll be 5 silver. Or 5 copper.
I'll
Morticia
take
just-
care of it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Come, it's for Shelley, please. He's partially my brother-in-law, so
Well, if you insist.
Okay. And you're going to head out?
Mhm.
Okay. As you leave the warmth of the tavern, the chill of the night does strike you as you realize it is much colder here. And you pass a striking young woman with long auburn hair, and a red cloak pulled up tight against the cold, heading into the tavern. She almost bumps into you, and she hurriedly apologizes, scoots around you and inside, heading over to the young man sitting on the corner booth. And your driver is there waiting.
What would you like to do?
well, I figure, why don't we investigate that caravan? Make a little mystery out of the evening.
Sounds like fun.
Okay. So you get back in the car, the engine roars to life, and your driver speeds out of the village of Barovia. He heads back along the road. You pass a bridge going across the river, entering the tree line again, speeding around a few turns as you get to a crossroads. An old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west, a frayed length of rope dancing from its beams. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, where you came from, the Ser Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope across from the gallows. A low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in the...
Oh,
Sounds inviting.
Ravenloft. That's what was on the book.
Yes.
Shall we?
Let's go.
To the left, then, ma'am.
Yes, and do look out for anything in the skies. There's something wonderfully creepy about this place.
And as you say that, you hear a creaking noise, and where there was nothing before, a body, gray and lifeless, now hangs from the gallows, the breeze slowly turning the figure so that it can...
Oh my, that might be Uncle Nick's brother.
Hmm.
And the driver
We-
takes off. He weaves up the road, turning, taking the turns a little harder than probably should be able to in a car this size as the trail hugs the cliffside. And you rise above the tree line for a bit and then kind of circle around and go back down as you approach another bridge crossing the river at the base of a canyon, at the far end of which you see a massive waterfall spilling into a pool with clouds of cold mist pouring forth. Large stone bridge spanning the canyon, which drops away below it. You see gargoyles cloaked in black moss perching from the corners of the bridge, and a trail cutting off along the river towards what you see in the distance, a small caravan encampment.
Well, it seems like this is our stop. Shelley, you should go. Go investigate real quick.
Yeah, Shelley, you want
What
a
do you
girls'
want me
night
to
out?
do?
Go say hello to these people.
Just say hi? All right. And then Shelley like hops out, and then she like puts on her like glasses unnecessarily so to like try to look cooler and more put together. So she goes over to try to see what there is to see.
Okay. You see the road kind of degrades into just a path, like a game trail cutting along the riverside. Mud, deep, kind of broken up by the tree roots as you walk through. You're able to navigate it fairly easily. And you can see deep ruts in the mud from the comings and goings of the wagons there. A canopy of mist and branches gives way to black clouds boiling far above. And in the clearing next to the river, you see 5 colorful tents with some carriages and horses off to the side grazing. They're pitched around you see some people, all brightly clothed like the 3 women in the tavern, around a campfire, and one of them appears to be telling a story or some sort of tale, as the others sit and listen, and you hear laughter.
Hello!
They all kind of turn and look, not surprised to see you. You don't startle them. And one of them says, yes, hello, come, sit. Warm yourself.
Yes, we met your like friends at the tavern, Elena, Svetlana, and Yabba Dabba, or something along those lines. I can't remember, my head sometimes. Anyways, how's it going? What's going on?
We're just ending our evening here around the fire. I was telling a story of a mad wizard that used to live in these parts.
A mad wizard? You don't say.
Indeed. In fact, I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing right now.
Really?
It's a story of, it's a tragic tale, really, of him trying to rally the people of Barovia against the Devil Strahd, the lord of these parts.
The Lord, you don't say. So he must be like filthy rich or something.
Yes, he has the riches of one with eternal life.
Oh, I got that too. That's not that uncommon as you might think. Anyways, me and my girls, we wanted to try to come and explore Barovia. It's really nice over here. Very dark and gloomy. We love that. We really love that. But also, too, isn't there a fortune teller or something in these parts?
Ah, yes, you would be looking for Madame Eva.
Eva, yeah, not Elaine. Okay, got it. Yeah. Hey, girls!
Yes.
What are you doing? Just like looming about over by the carriage. Come on.
There's a lot of mud. Like, ew. Like, this is not the kind of sticky situation I'm used to finding myself in. But
You used to be okay with it back in the day. What happened?
that was only in the context of wrestling. But yes, I guess you make a point.
I pull out my my flying broom and I sit on it and glide with the broom.
I'm going to float over it.
You just
Fancy smancy. You can't get dirty. Whatever. It won't hurt you.
Just Elvira walking. Ew, 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 ew.
Do you want me to pick you up, darling?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, all right. Like back in the day. Come on, come on. My back can handle it.
I'll hop up.
okay. And Shelley.
Oh, it's soft and squishy like pillows.
You're welcome.
Better description than I was about to give. And you carry Elvira over, and the gentleman who was speaking with you gestures towards one of the tents nearby and says, "Madame Eva is expecting you."
Expecting us.
She has her ways. I do not question them.
Well, I imagine if she's a fortune teller, she knows everybody who's coming.
Wait, but I want to hear about this wizard. And then this lord who's like filthy rich and all that jazz.
A lord?
And a vampire.
Oh!
A wizard and a vampire? Whoa.
I wonder if we're related.
He looks you up and down for a second. He's like, "Interesting, you may be." But please, please. Madame Eva awaits you.
I'm gonna go in.
I follow Lily.
You all go into the
Yep.
tent.
And then Elvira's on my back, so we're going together.
And inside the tent there is basically like waxed canvas on the ground to protect it from the water so you can not get your shoes dirty. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. "Ah, at last you've arrived." Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Morticia, Lily, Elvira, and I believe Shelley is it?
Hiya, you got that right.
Please, have a seat. And she gestures at cushions, plush cushions kind of scattered around to make a nice comfortable seating area.
Shelley basically forgets that Elvira's on her back and she's about to like sit down.
Oh, hey. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I'm still.
Oh, I forgot she was back there. Hold on. And then she like leans down.
It's like super strong here. That's impressive. I like that.
Yeah, you know, lots of different people on my back, you know?
Yeah, no.
I prefer when people get off my back.
I like to be on my back, but we were saying.
that.
Please.
I'll
What
take a
brings
seat.
you to Barovia?
Oh, just a bit of a girls' night out for dear Shelley here.
Girls' night out. May I tell your fortunes?
From one to another. I would be delighted.
Excellent. Please. Who would like to go first?
I can go first if you want. Wouldn't be the only time I've stared into balls and pondered my future, so sure, let's go.
Excellent. And she draws forth a very ornate-looking deck of cards. For those of you familiar with tarot cards, these are not the same. They look similar but different. You see where there would normally be a high priest or a priest empress card, or the tower. You see a dark lord and mists and an executioner. So the idea is there, but it's a little bit different.
I'm guessing that that's a lineup of all of my exes.
I suppose we shall see. So, she shuffles the cards and she lays them out in a cross shape. She says, please flip over the first card. And go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
$22.
22, okay. Let's see. So 22 is going to be... One moment, this is going... a second. Got it. Okay. There's the deck. So 22 is going to give you... the one of coins, or the two of coins, which is the philanthropist. She says, you are a very charitable woman. You give, and you use your wealth to fight evil and sickness and bring others joy. That's correct? Okay. Please.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. I do a lot of charity.
She gives a lot of herself to the community.
That.
A lot.
The cards speak in riddles sometimes. It is all up to how the individual. Please, your second card. And go ahead and give me another roll.
43.
43, okay. And that is going to be the Six of Glyphs, the Anarchist. This card represents change. There's something, someone's beliefs are being put to the test here.
That might be a future thing coming up. I think you're right, because I can't for the life of me figure out what that could mean. Used to being in the black and white, that's a thing. Used to dimension time traveling, and used to these girls. So, ooh, ladies, I think there's something interesting about to happen to us tonight.
And please, the next card.
$85.
Sense inner strength and fortitude, someone fighting for power or wealth or for freedom, perhaps.
Is that a fetish?
I suppose it could be, yes.
All right, that scans.
Excellent. All right, and last card.
55.
55, okay. I sense that one of you is very heavily guided by logic and reasoning. This card comes with a warning. Don't overlook any information that be invaluable to you.
I think that one might be for you, Tish.
Duly noted.
There you go. Perhaps a warning to take you on your travels and something to look forward to. Who would like to go next?
Well, it seems that last card was for me. Seems like you're on a roll, so I'll go next.
Excellent. She looks you up and down for a moment, and she shuffles, and then she deals out 3 cards in a row instead this time. Gestures, please flip over the first card. Same deal. D100.
32.
32. Ah. A missionary. Someone who spreads wisdom and faith. Warning of spreading fear and ignorance. This card is a warning to not trust too easily, I think. The next card.
16.
16. Ah, yes. The Elementalist, a triumph of nature over civilization. Bountiful harvests. I sense a green thumb about you.
I do love grooming my roses.
And the last card.
66.
Ah. I sense like-minded individuals joined together for a common goal, taking pride in one's work. There's a task before you, something that you will overcome together.
That must be for all of us.
Oh, it is like old days.
Missionary, isn't that the position you told me about, Elvira?
Yeah, that would be the one to avoid.
Gotcha. Noted.
It's just a little pedantic, overused, a little boring. We'll talk more about that later, though.
All right.
She sweeps the cards into the deck and starts shuffling again. And who is next?
I'll go next.
Ah, a fellow seer.
Hmm.
She shuffles, and she lays down only 2 cards for you.
Okay. D100. See. 8.
8. Interesting. I sense intolerance, bigotry, mysterious presence pushing away. Perhaps the cause of tonight's adventure for you.
Well, those aren't certainly the words I'd use to describe Frankie, but they're probably not far from the truth.
She gestures towards the second card.
All right. Rolling again. 67.
67. Okay. I sense a sudden change coming. Shifting of the tide. Careful.
Will do.
And last but not least, my dear. She gestures towards Shelley.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, all right.
And she shuffles the cards, and as she's shuffling, one of the cards falls out of the deck and lands face down on the table. And she pauses. I believe something is speaking through the cards. Please. And she gestures towards it. Flip it over. And go ahead and give me that D100.
All right. 31.
The priest. This card represents enlightenment, higher purpose. You will find a mission or a purpose for yourself this evening, I feel. It will be very important to you.
I like the sound of that. What else you got?
Oh, I feel that the cards have served their purpose for this evening. That card was very important for you to see, I feel.
Oh, I only get the one?
Sometimes they work that way, yes.
Oh, interesting.
And you can see... go ahead. What is all of your passive insights?
That's a whole 13.
Oh, 17.
17. Wait. Yeah, 17 as well.
19.
Okay.
Lily's too busy looking at the interior.
You're
For the-
analyzing the way she's doing her
Yeah.
thing.
For those of you with 17s and 19s, you see a glint in her eye, and the woman who you took to be either a little kooky and maybe not all there, appears to have a lot more insight and more going on up there than you maybe had originally thought. See a devious glint in her eye as she shuffles the cards back up and sets them away.
And hold on right there. Are you holding out on me and my sisters here?
Of course not.
Out of curiosity, are there any plants around?
Not in the tent, but there is plenty of wildlife or plant life outside the tent.
If you would excuse me, I'd like to go wander around for a moment.
And you make your way outside the tent.
Yeah, I want to speak to the plants that are like nearby. 'Cause I want to see what they think about this lady.
Your best bet's going to be the trees.
Let's go talk to the trees.
Okay, so you head away from the pool of water that the river flows into over to the tree line. And go ahead. And is there anything you need to do to activate that ability, or is it innate?
I am looking at it. Give me 1 second. It's just duration is 10 minutes. I can imbue plants with 30 feet of you with limited sentient and animation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I want right there.
Okay, so the tree, you see one of the trees almost like it's stretching. You see the branches kind of shake and extend a little bit, and you hear creaking.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
I am so sorry to disturb you from your slumber. I did have some questions for you. Have you seen this croon walking by? And
Yes, of course. They're here almost every night. Sometimes they leave, but they usually come back within a few evenings.
is there anything we should be worried about?
They know more than they let on. I've seen the older woman conversing with a man who appears almost as if out of nowhere occasionally.
What does he look like?
He's a tall, strong, defined cheekbones, receding hairline.
Have you heard of a name?
Unfortunately, the names of your fleshy folks elude me. I can never keep them in my mind.
If you heard a name, perhaps would you be able to recognize it?
Oh, perhaps.
Okay, let's start easy. Igor.
No.
Okay, all right. Frank.
No.
Okay, all right. Strahd.
Rod. That may be it. Yes, I do believe that may have been the gentleman's name.
Thank you so much for your information. You are so invaluable.
Oh, of course. Anytime.
Much appreciated. I might have to call on you and your friends soon.
At your disposal.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk away, but before I go in, I want to see, are they still telling stories?
Yep. The guy at the fire is still telling. It seems like it's the same story, maybe. About you hear The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down on the wizard, yet his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck him, and yet he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic could no longer save him, and I saw him thrown thousands of feet to his death, down into the river. I climbed down to search for the body, to see, if he had anything of value, of course, but the river had already spirited him away. And at that point, he actually, notices you watching and stops and is like, please, would you like to join us?
No, just listening to a very clever story on repeat, potentially.
He seems confused by that.
I just walk back inside. I'm used to confused faces.
Okay.
During this time that we were inside, I want to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
To pick up on any magic that is within 30 feet.
Okay, yes.
Okay, let's see. I would see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic.
One moment.
And I'll know the school of magic of it.
Let me consult the Book of Armaments. What does Madame Ava have around her? You see a bit of a glow around a table behind her. There's a number of items on it. The glow seems to be centering around a dagger, which seems to have an enchantment on it. Let's see, what else? There's also a book that appears to have a magical glow to it. You're not sure. It might just be it's divine or celestial.
Okay.
And then there's a chest that you can see a glow coming from, but it's coming from inside the chest, so you're not sure.
Okay, just had to check.
Mm-hmm.
And Morticia, you're back now?
While Morticia had stepped away, Madame Ava had started some water to boil for some tea. Oh, dearies, would you like some tea? It's not too often I get some outside company.
No, we're fine. Thank you for being so considerate.
Of course. And she just goes about making the tea until Morticia comes back.
I'm just kind of looking at the girls
Shelley?
Yeah, Tish?
You were listening to a story outside, right?
Yeah, about a wizard and a vampire lord individual.
Locked in a fight.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
Something is not right here. It seems things might be on sort of a loop.
A loop? You don't say. What's a loop again?
When something comes back around in a circle, so you keep running in the same circle.
Oh, all right. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a broken record player.
I gotcha.
Also, that vampire has a name. That vampire's been around here.
What is all of y'all's passive perception?
19.
Well,
17.
Jinx.
Lily, and only Lily. You notice Madame Ava spill a little bit of the water that she's pouring for the tea when Morticia says that. Very subtle. She covers it up. She just goes right back to what she's doing.
Yes, Tish, darling. What was the name of that vampire fellow?
Oh, Strahd.
I remember that name. That was mentioned outside.
And what does she do when I provoke Tish to say Strahd?
Nothing that time.
Okay.
Like, seems like maybe she pulled herself together.
Yeah. Well, it's... You know, I've been on such a long journey to find my fellow family members. We probably should get on our way to hopefully meet this Mr. Strahd.
Oh dear, do you believe that you might be related to him?
There's always a possibility with us vampires.
Oh, well, please, if you allow me, if you travel up the road, you will come to another fork in the road. Make sure you take the right path. That will, the path to the right, of course, that is the right path, and that will take you up to the castle.
Oh, he owns the castle.
He is the lord of these lands, yes.
Oh.
That
Very
checks out.
interesting.
Can I roll insight on her to see if she's
Yep.
lying? And I honestly rolled just now, and that's where you had me gasp a little bit because I rolled a nat 20. So that'd be a 27.
Nice. She is definitely hiding something. She seems to be giving you correct information, but perhaps her motives for sharing that information with you are what she is concealing.
Interesting. I start digging around in, like, I have my sleeves, so I start kind of digging in, trying to find something here. Oh, no, not exactly that. No. Okay. One moment. I pull out a lantern,
Okay.
specifically my ghost lantern.
Okay, what does your
Ooh.
ghost lantern do precisely?
So it's a restless spirit is trapped inside this lantern. While holding the lantern, you can command the spirit as a bonus action to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 30. While holding the lantern, you can use the action to order the spirit to leave the lantern and duplicate the effect of the mage hand. But basically what I'd like to do is actually scare this woman. So I'm not going to actually do anything with the spirit, but I'm going to take out the spirit and kind of hold it towards her and go, "Do you know what this is?"
No, dearie, I don't believe I do.
It's a tiny demon.
Demon, how fascinating.
Yes, and it really enjoys ripping eyes out if they don't tell the truth or hear the truth.
It's true, I've seen it.
And in a guttural, unnatural tongue that if any of you speak Infernal will recognize, she asked the demon if that is true.
I do speak Infernal.
So yeah, she's in this just guttural, like...
Shelley is going to automatically pull off her earring and she's going to toss it in her direction. What she just did was basically she used... It's the equivalent of a bead of force, but it's something that, was something borrowed by, I don't know, some type of mage individual. She doesn't know, doesn't care. So basically what happens with that particular one is that it's a basically expands into this black sphere that basically traps the person inside if they don't make this check. So I need a dexterity saving throw of 15. And then I'll explain the details in a second.
A DC 15?
Yes.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see if she can pass that. Oh, nope. She does not.
Okay, so it says you can use as an action to throw this bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact. And the creature within that 10-foot radius of where the bead landed, if they don't succeed, it's basically she's going to take 5d4 force damage. But this basically transparent force then encloses the creature for about a minute. Any creature that failed to save is completely within that area, is trapped inside the sphere. Creatures, let's see, it's like only breathable air can pass through it. The enclosed creature can then basically I can use that sphere. I can move it up to the creature's walking speed if need be.
Okay.
And it's basically I don't think no attack or other effect can like affect it if it's within that sphere. But I'm basically trying to trap her so then that way we can get information.
Well, you definitely trap her within the sphere. Go ahead and roll me the damage, though.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Did I just kill her? I hope not.
See?
Girls, nah.
It's only 14 points of damage, force damage. She gets pushed on a wall or something.
Oh, yeah, no, she's fine. She's fine. Just keep track of that, though. Okay. And what have you done to me?
Obviously, I trapped you. You're not who you say you are. So we're going to get some information, right, girls?
Precisely.
This is an interesting contraption, and Elvira very annoyingly just continues to tap on the outside of it like she's at a zoo and it's the glass.
And that's exactly what the effect is for Madame Ava.
Now listen, I can just go ahead and roll you off a cliff somewhere if you don't give us the information and tell the truth. I heard what you were saying. I understood the creepy little language there. I may have studied it myself in one of the lives one of the pieces of my brain, okay? You don't need to know the details.
You are all very different from the usual travelers that here. Ask your questions.
Why is Strahd hanging around here?
This is his land. He poured here.
Around you and your caravan specifically.
We help him from time to time. Comes
Help
down to
him
give us
do
tasks.
what? Like what?
She seems very reluctant to share this information. So you said she's basically trapped. She can't cast spells. She can't do anything like that. Nope, you were muted.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm reading it. It says creatures that succeeded on the save are partially within the area and pushed away from the center. But if she's trapped in there.
Okay.
It says no attack or other effect. But it's equivalent to the beat of force if you want to take a look.
Okay, perfect. We deliver foolish adventurers to him and help him with other menial tasks around the side.
Now, why would you want to send him foolish adventures?
Vampire must feed, isn't he?
It doesn't sound like much of a challenge, though.
They're more of a challenge than townsfolk here.
Lily, is that how vampires feed? Is just simply having somebody deliver to them?
That sounds quite sad, really.
It's
A
because of the
vampire should be able
curse.
to handle his own.
Because of the curse.
A curse. Now that's different.
That's exciting. What kind of curse?
Neither Strahd nor the other people here can. The mists turn them about, and they end up back where they started from.
And
Where did
this is his curse?
The curse laid upon him.
jealous lover.
More like he was the jealous lover.
Oh. Yet again, some terrible man messes it up for everyone.
This Lord sounds like a total prick, I tell ya. I don't like it.
I helped you, now free me. Did I harm you? I think not.
But you was thinking about it.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
most important thing.
Not at all. I wasn't going to. I simply gave you the information you asked for.
Because you thought that we were foolish adventurers, no?
I knew there was something different about you. You've been here before, haven't you?
I have, but briefly.
You are able to travel freely, back and forth. Mists don't stop you.
No.
There may be some Vistani blood in you. My people are the only ones able to leave this area, plane and come back.
I'm very intrigued by that, but it sounds like we have one task to follow first, which is to go talk to this Lord Strahd, and figure out how to reverse these sort of mists, and then we can talk about our lineage.
Well, I did not lie about how to get there.
But is it as simple as just walking up to a castle?
The castle itself has many tricks and traps awaiting you, but the path to get there should give you...
But you said you deliver adventurers to him all the time. How do you do that?
I send my people out. They spread tales, rumors, lure adventurers here, and then I send them up to the castle where he can toy with them.
Well, ladies.
Should I push off a cliff? Or kick off a cliff? Either way, it weighs like 1 pound. Look! And then she's gonna like lift up the spear that basically the individual's in.
She's like, what?
I wonder if you roll her into the fog, if it's like a perpetual motion machine, if she'll just keep coming back forever and forever.
You want to find out?
Absolutely.
Do it.
Your kicking strength, I think, is a little bit more than mine, judging by that tree we saw back there.
But I won't do it. Lily and Tish, if you don't want me to, but just saying it could be lots of fun. We haven't played kickball in a while.
Oh, you remind me of Eddie. Oh,
So
Tish,
adorable.
let's let them have fun.
Fine. I'm not gonna stop them.
So
Go
you're going to roll her out of the tent
Yep.
and yeet her off into the mist.
I'm gonna do my best kickball kick that there is.
The other folks around the caravan look very confused and concerned about rolling this black sphere out. Can they see inside it, or is it just sound that travels through?
It's transparent.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically, even though it's black, I believe that it's still, yeah, it's a transparent like force around it, so they would see who's inside.
Okay. Then they look very confused. She's like, "Help me, you fools!" But they're like, I don't think we want to get involved. And go ahead and give me a strength check as you just...
All right. That is a 26.
26. You give it your best football punt, and
Yeah.
the sphere launches
She
through the
hikes
air.
up her dress, her wedding dress, that's now like kind of muddied at the bottom because of this area that they're in, and then she just, here goes nothing, and then she just kicks it with all her might.
It launches. It just goes flying through the air because, like you said, it's very light, and it is gone. It just disappears into the distance. And I think that is an appropriate place for us to take a break. So I hope you've been enjoying our tale of Ladies' Night Out in Barovia as we explore a different take on the Curse of Strahd scenario. Thank all these wonderful people for joining us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. I hope you've all been enjoying our tale of lovely ladies' night out in Barovia as they now head off to deal with Strahd. Perhaps a distant relation of Lily's, but maybe not. Find out. So you have hunted this orb carrying Madame Ava off into the distance, into the fog. Who knows what's going to actually happen to it? And the other folk sitting around the fire stare in disbelief for a moment, and then they just kind of wait, unsure. They're like, maybe if we just sit here, they'll leave us alone?
Well, she said, to the fork in the road and then go right.
Let's go.
And if he's not my cousin, we deal with him swiftly.
Sounds good to me.
So you head back up the road. Yes, Elvira?
I was just saying, anybody else think it kind of sucks we were spending girls' night cleaning up some dude's mess? I mean, it checks out, but still a little unfair. I hope he is your cousin.
I think it's a perfect girls' night to do the most girly thing possible, and that is make a shitty man shut up.
And clean house.
It's right up my alley.
All right. So you head back up path to the car, which has been waiting for you. The driver, just quietly with his head down, the cap pulled over his eyes.
Excuse me.
Yes, mistress.
We're ready to go. We're going to go to the fork in the road and then go right.
Of course. Climb into the Monstermobile, it cranks the engine to life, and takes off. Driving up the road, it doesn't take long after he crosses the bridge for you to see, even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. The road ahead of you splits, widening towards the east. You can see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that perhaps this was an important thoroughfare at one point in time, but disrepair has left it a bumpy ride. The driver turns, follows that road. As it widens, it does get a little bit less bumpy, a little less harsh. But you're used to that with the way that the Monstermobile handles drives. And he continues along, winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks. Suddenly, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you, seemingly appearing out of nowhere in the fog. Your car comes to a stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. The gates between them shut. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. You see a drawbridge, raised. On the other side, shored up wooden beams, ready to transport you across the chasm to the castle itself. And as the driver pauses, about to turn and ask you what you would like to do, the chains creak. The drawbridge slowly lowers. You see rust-eaten iron straining under the weight of the bridge, and atop the high walls across the chasm from you, stone gargoyles stare at you out of hollow eye sockets, grin hideously. A rotten wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond it, just make out the main doors of Ravenloft itself, standing open, as if waiting for you. As the drawbridge lowers, the driver kicks the car back into gear and races across, pulling into the open courtyard and stopping just before the stairs that go up to those open doors. You see a rich, warm light coming from beyond them, torches fluttering in sconces in the breeze, and otherwise silence as the car shuts off. The driver turns, says, "Mistress,
Thank you. Do be ready for us to leave quickly.
Oh.
Well, shall we go?
You
We
know,
shall.
he may be a prick, but I mean, I need to know his interior decorator because I really am. I love the vibe, though.
Oh,
It
yes,
is beautiful.
That's quite regal.
We'll have to take a few pieces on our way out.
I agree. A souvenir.
Maybe if we kill him, you can keep the castle.
That's
A
a good
summer
point.
home.
Ooh.
And at this point, with the thick, cold fog swirling through the courtyard, there's a flash of lightning, and a drizzle of rain begins. The driver settles down. The Munstermobile is a bit of a convertible, but there is a covering over the driver's seat, and then a ragtop that opens and closes over the passengers. It is open, kind of urging you to exit the vehicle and take refuge within the castle so you don't get drenched.
I'm gonna head right in.
I follow Lily.
Okay, so you usher into the halls, kind of entering into the main courtyard. Double checking my notes here. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches. 20 feet inside, you see a second set of doors. And as you enter, that second set swings open, revealing an even grander hall filled with the sound of organ music that drifts out to you.
I love this tune.
Wait, you know what? I forgot something. We need to make sure that your nice carriage man, he knows when we need to get the hell out of here. So give me 1 second, okay? And then Shelley's gonna run back outside and basically give this like really, it looks like this really disgusting stone covered in mud and like who knows what else, moss or whatever, over to our carriage man. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry.
I haven't said it yet, actually.
Perfect. I'm like, here you go, mister. Listen, if we need to call you, this is how we're gonna do it. So make sure to have it by you on your person at all times. You dig?
Of course, mistress.
Thank you. And then she's gonna go run back to go inside with the rest of the group.
Okay.
And it's basically a sending stone.
Okay.
And she has the other. Yeah.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Okay. So you're in the main entryway, and you can see another set of double doors open ahead of you. Organ music filtering through from somewhere else deeper in. Continue into the castle.
Oh, yeah. At this point, Lily is just walking through unaffected, like she owns the place, just looking. Like she does when she's mad at Herman.
Okay.
Hello!
As you pass through, overhead in the vaulted entry, you see 4 statues of dragons glaring down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight. As you pass beneath them, they come alive, dropping to the floor, hissing, spitting, crouching, ready to attack you. You see
babies.
4 red dragon wormlets.
Oh, aren't they precious?
You want to keep him?
I think I would love to keep one.
Well, look, there's one for each of us.
Hiya!
Oh.
Oh, sweet
Perfect.
dears.
So they crouch ready to attack, but I get the impression you will be doing something a little different. So let me just take a glance here. Those of you who wish to keep one as a pet, go ahead and give me either just a straight charisma roll or an animal handling roll, whichever is better.
Oh boy.
I think they're gonna be about the same for me. Let's see.
No, I'm gonna do
Come on.
that.
No. It was a 20 and then it rolled again. That's gonna be a 5 for me.
Was that a 22?
I got 21.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna also too, just to put a little stank on this roll to make sure that I can charm, because Shelley, Shelley is not as personable or like charismatic as the others, but she didn't roll too bad. But to make sure that it's gonna work, she rolled a 19, but she can, because she has her past lives that are like built in there. She's gonna use that knowledge, and she rolled a 19 plus 5 because she can use a d6 in addition.
Okay. So everyone who rolled above a 20.
Where?
The dragon wormling that faced off towards you approaches. And rather than attack it, you start oohing and awing over it, and they seem confused. They seem excited. And in mere moments, you have them eating almost literally out of the palm of your hand if you want to. Like a stray cat that has been appeased with some pettings. Lily, for you... It sees what happens to the other ones, sees that you're not going to hurt them, and you're not planning on leaving the castle. Just kind of acts like a stray cat, and kind of just turns back on you in a huff, and just starts, like, preening between its scales.
Yeah, that's fine.
Probably senses your dragon elsewhere.
Probably. They do get jealous.
It was your pet's name, right? Underneath the stairs.
Yes, I just call it baby.
I'll tell you what, if this one's cute and all, but if they don't get along with my dog, you might inherit this one.
Oh, I'm sure Wednesday and Pugsley will be very excited for this.
And the dragons perch on your shoulders and revert to smaller stone forms. You can take them and put them in a pocket or a bag and take them with you
I
later.
put them in my sleeve.
I'm gonna put them in my bag because I have my weekenders bag. It's all ready. I'm gonna call you Junior. All right.
And you continue on into the great entry. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of a domed ceiling, cracked and faded frescoes covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east, and to the north a wide staircase climbs into darkness. The lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, through which you hear the sad, majestic organ tone from.
I'm just going to go and let myself in.
Okay. Are you approaching that southern door?
The one that the organ music is coming from.
Okay.
Hello?
Torchlight flutters against the walls, and as you approach the door, you see another hallway ahead of you. Glints of light shining off of metal come from there, and the organ music gets louder. Continue through the door, and does everyone follow Lily?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You head out, and this hall turns, and you see suits of armor, oiled, standing at attention in shallow alcoves along the wall. And to the west, large double doors hang slightly open with steady bright light coming through and swells of organ music coming from behind them. A melody of power and defeat echoing through.
Goodness, where is he?
Probably wallowing in his self-misery somewhere, it sounds like. I'm getting very sorry for myself vibes from this music.
Uh,
Sounds a lot like what Lurch plays.
This is reminding me of my father's 404th birthday. He couldn't be found. Let's keep looking.
How did you find him?
Oh, he turned up by the 405th.
As you head through the doorway, 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate the chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling, and in the center of the room a long, heavy table covered in a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods, roast beast, fruits and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for 5 people. Fine, delicate china and silver, and a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid at the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ, the pipes blaring out the melody, now very overwhelming now that you're in the room. Seated at it, facing away from you, is a single caped figure, pounding the keys in raptured ecstasy. As you enter the room, the music stops. And silence falls.
I was about to play the clams with the castanet sound to it.
Figure turns, looks at you, and it is the gentleman described to you by the trees, the gentleman who appeared on the tome Morticia pulled from the library shelves. It says, "Good evening. I bid you welcome."
Are you this Lord Strahd we hear so much about?
Yes, I am.
First
Strahd.
I have to ask, do you know a Sam Dracula?
Sam? No.
Yes, that's my father.
I do not believe that we are acquainted.
Oh, how unfortunate. I thought we were cousins.
That would be quite interesting, but no, I believe my family... I do not have any descendants from that side.
Unfortunate.
Please,
Well-
make yourselves welcome, and he gestures towards the table.
Lily, do I do the thing?
Let's find out what his deal is first.
All right. If you insist.
I'm gonna sit down at the table.
Okay. You all do the same?
Yes, but as I sit down, I am going to cast a message to Strahd,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, so why all the adventure sacrifices?
Figure in front of you does not react at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm just gonna get comfortable in my seat.
The moment the last of you sits down, the figure vanishes. Laugh.
One sec.
Yes, go ahead.
As soon as he vanishes, I am gonna cast See Invisibility.
Okay. You don't see any invisible figures in the room. You hear a laugh peal from somewhere else in the castle, and then the dull, solid thud of heavy doors slamming shut once, twice, 3 times. And then you hear chains pulling off in the distance, similar to when drawbridge lowered for you.
Was he afraid of us?
I mean,
going
he has
on?
every right to be.
He just up and left his guests. How terribly rude.
I was gonna smash his face in, but Lily told me not to.
Oh, there's plenty of time for that, dear.
And you hear a smaller set of doors near you open, and a set of footsteps enter the room. A elf with brown skin, long black hair enters the room quietly, wearing a gray cloak over black studded leather armor with a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. He says, "Pardon my masters, what appearance at being rude. You see this, the organ playing it's a mechanism, it's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
He enjoys the music, but does not always have time to play himself, so he has created this to entertain. But please, the welcome was sincere, and please make yourselves at home, enjoy some of the food and drink. He will attend to you shortly, I promise."
No, thank
Quite-
you. I'm not hungry.
You're quite curious for being here and caring for your master. What was your name?
My name is Rahadan.
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 Why do you work for Lord Strahd?
I am the chamberlain of this castle.
Do you like being Chamberlain?
And of course, I get a lovely home here, and all of the perks that come with serving a powerful man like Strahd.
We have a very important question for you.
Hmm.
Who interior designed everything?
My master himself.
I see. I would love to have dinner with him so we can talk to him about some of the furnishings.
Well, as I said, he'll attend shortly. He is heading this way now. He was just dealing with another matter. Please make yourselves comfortable if you are not hungry. I will get a fire lit if that is your pleasure, and see to any other needs you might have, and then my master will be here.
Can we ask what the other matter is that he's dealing with that's like so important? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he needs help. Does he need a hand? Do we need an extra hand? We got a lot of people with a lot of hands.
Oh no, I'm sure he has matters well in hand on his own. He simply handling affairs of the castle.
Like adventurers?
I don't presume to meddle in my master's business.
But you're the Chamberlain. Shouldn't you know everything that is going on in your house?
Everything other than my master's personal business, of course.
So it's personal business as he's handling. What sort of personal business do you think he's handling?
As you said, I'm sure there are always those who fear my master and wish to attempt to rid this land of him, even though he takes good care of it. So, probably cleaning up a mess.
Oh dear. Hopefully it's not too much of a mess.
But I wouldn't worry yourselves about that. Let me get a fire lit and see to any other needs you might have. He walks over to a fireplace, which has basically already been set, and strikes a match and lights it.
You know, I gotta get used to it. I'm trying to overcome one's fear.
I'm very proud of you for doing so. See, fire not bad.
You know, I would have ran out of here any other time, but you see, I just did a little jump. That's all I did.
Strong, independent young woman.
Mm-hmm.
So are we just going to sit here, waiting for Strahd? I feel as
Seems
though it's a trap.
boring. I don't know.
Let's consider it gathering our strength. I have a feeling that this is going to be quite the confrontation.
I agree. I do notice that it is a bit more clean than it should be here.
I feel like I can help with. I'm gonna actually cast web
Web. Okay.
around the chandeliers.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. You conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice, so around the chandeliers, because I need 2 anchor points for it. Each creature that starts its turn in a web that it enters. So basically, I'm just gonna have it there for coverage, just in case.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before Master of the Castle?
Elvira's gonna sneak a piece of that roast beef food and just kind of start tucking in under the table while no one's looking.
Okay. It's delicious.
I do
You guys
have.
can get a load of this marinade.
How is it?
Really good. Honestly, I'm not even gonna ask what kind of beast it is. It's just that good.
I'm gonna actually call on Thing or Mage Hand, and I'm gonna have Thing go grab me a piece.
Okay. And just... And it comes back, walking on 3 fingers, holding a fork with a large skewer of the roast beast on it.
Thank you, Thing.
I think
I'll
I
take a
need a little something. I feel like, something's a brewing here. She's taken her her potion,
Okay.
which is the equivalent of the potion of heroism,
Okay.
to get some extra HP, and it grants me the bless spell for an hour.
Fantastic. Lily, is there anything you would like to do, or are you good?
Oh, I'm good for now.
Okay. And
I have a lot of spells.
And not moments later, a set of doors at the far end open, and the same man you saw in the illusion at the organ walks in holding a glass of wine. Good evening, ladies. How may I help you? He walks over and sits down at the 5th place setting at the table, lounging back in his chair, looking at all of you.
I just want to study him. I want to see what his mannerisms are like. How much of a front is he putting on for us?
What is you? Go ahead and give me an insight roll.
It's 18.
He seems very comfortable. This is his home after all. He doesn't seem worried about your appearance. He seems curious. You are not the normal adventurers that get pulled into Barovia.
Interesting. I'm just gonna kind of sit there silently, and I would like to cast Fear on myself because I want to look scary to him.
Okay. What exactly does that do?
So let's see here. You project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wit. I'm going to hold on to that because that's a cone situation.
Okay. I mean, he's close to you. He's like less than 20 feet away.
Is everybody else behind me, so to speak? So if I were to cast it, doesn't affect everybody else?
Yeah, we can say that based on how you sat at the table, you could cast it at him and hit only him.
Excellent. That's what I would like to do.
Okay. So
what is Strahd's force sphere?
Do you know what that fear is, or just you just take
no,
on the
it
appearance
just
of it?
Yeah, it just says you project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fear.
You appear. Well, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. Out of character, Strahd's worst fear would be. Oh, I guess his brother.
fascinating.
Mm.
Well, yes, I project that.
Okay. He seems. What's the roll? What's the save he has to make?
Oh yes, good call. Wisdom saving throw. It is a difficulty of 16.
He just passes. So you see him. He seems. There's a moment of being unnerved that flashes in his eyes because you're looking for it. You can see it, but he collects himself almost immediately. So, what brings you to my castle?
Shelley, why don't you explain why we came to his castle?
With pleasure. It's for pleasure. Like literally, like we're out here trying to have a ladies' night and whatnot.
Ah.
Yeah. It's not that complicated.
Not many
Looking
people.
for a good time.
Not many people come to Barovia for pleasure.
But we're not like most people.
I can see that. What
I mean, to be honest, some of us aren't even people at all, really. Or at least, in my case, I'm lots of people, all stitched together.
I can see that. Quite fascinating. And you, madam, he gestures towards Lily. I don't believe we are related, but you do seem to be of kin. Kind.
You could say that.
Well, I assure you, you are more than welcome to visit the castle and look around if you so choose, although I cannot promise that the castle itself is as inviting and hospitable as I am.
Your hospitality is interesting, considering that we know that adventurers that come up here rarely go back home. Why is that?
Well, this castle is very ancient, and unfortunately, I live here with just myself and Rahadan. I'm not able to do the upkeep, so it can be a dangerous place.
So then, why were we told that you employ local caravans to assist in bringing people up here for you?
And I would like you to all roll initiative.
Yep.
Oh, I want to remind everyone, because of the fact that I took that potion, technically the bless spell works for up to 3 creatures of my choice. So whenever the target makes an attack or roll or saving throw before the spell ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. And that's for an hour. So that's going to be on my girls.
The whole combat.
That's on my girls. Yep.
Perfect.
So you just feel like a little, almost like electricity, like lightning through your body. And you're like, oh,
Ooh.
you know, ooh.
I am rolling awful tonight.
Well,
That's gonna be a 7 on initiative for me.
7. Hey,
I got a 15.
Also got a 15.
which one?
22?
Of course. Which one of you two has the higher dexterity?
I have a 14 in dexterity.
I have an 11.
Okay, so Morticia will go first, followed by Elvira, and last but not least is Lily. And let's see what Strahd gets.
Oh, Strahd.
I don't see an initiative score on here, so I'm just going to use his dex, and that's one. Great, wonderful, awesome. Okay.
What'd you get?
Well, he's gonna go before you.
He beat a 22?
No, he's going second to last. So he's gonna go first because
Surprise round.
he's going to move, but he's not going to actually attack. And he stands, hurls the wine glass he was holding to the side, and you all hear the wail of spirits tear through the castle. It's ear-splitting. Would be terrifying were you not who you are. And that was his surprise round. Yeah, Shelley, what do you do?
You're not gonna like me when I'm angry!
And then she's gonna bonus action rage.
Okay.
But because her weapon was in her bag, it's a special bag, but it does sadly take an action to take out. So unfortunately for the group, but what she does do, because this is such a huge weapon, it is part of one of the beams that held up kind of like the entrance of the like church where she was going to get married to Frankie, that she basically tore off its hinge, and it has bits of concrete and metal attached to the end, but she's gonna take that out, like kind of with this like really crazed look, getting ready. So she's gonna be ready for whatever happens, but she's gonna make sure that her movement, she's going to move because of the fact that she gets extra movement because of the fact that she just did her bonus action. She gets to move additional, like up to half her speed. So she's going to move as close to Strahd as possible, basically in front of her gal pals.
Okay, so you draw forth this massive, like, 8x8 beam.
It is huge. It's ginormous.
And position yourself between Strahd and
she's just like beating it against her hand.
just like holding it with one hand and just tapping. Perfect.
Yep.
Fantastic. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Fantastic. I was hoping for that. But unfortunately, maybe that's not her strong suit. It's 12.
Nope, that does not beat the 17 I rolled before I even add anything to it. So he seems impressed but not intimidated by the fact that you're wielding this massive weapon. And that is when the spirits that he summoned forth rise up out of the ground, grappling all of you and attacking. And I'm just going to roll for their attacks. It's 4. Well, Morticia and Elvira, the spirits rise up and their arms pass right through you. It's like they can't hit you for some reason. For Lily, does a 18 hit?
18 meets it.
Okay. You will take 2 psychic damage.
Ooh, 2 whole psychic damage.
As the spectral arms just rake across your skin. And for Shelley, we'll see. Does a 23 hit?
Dang it. Yes.
Okay.
By 1.
Ooh.
3 psychic damage. They're rolling great. They're rolling fantastic.
I don't like when people try to get in one of my heads.
And that is his lair action. And then we'll go back over to Morticia.
This time, Morticia's a little perturbed by his hospitality. She understands that it's Barovian, but at the same time, raising the dead without him telling us so that we could be prepared for that is awfully rude. So she puts her hands out, and I'm going to use Thorn Whip on Strahd to kind of make sure that he doesn't leave this time.
Nice. Go ahead and give me that roll.
26.
26 to hit definitely hits.
Excellent. Did not to grab enough dice, so give me 1 second for that. Oh wait, I think I have them. Wait, yeah. $14 damage.
14. Okay. Let me just actually add a way to keep track of that real quick.
So I would like to add some flavor text to it. So as she's
Mhm.
doing that, there are vines that are covered in thorns, and you see rosebuds kind of popping out of them, but they also just like kind of just fall off.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, these vines wrap around him. Roses start to bloom and then fall away as you deal 14 damage. And then I believe with Thorn Whip, you can also move him.
Ooh, yeah, I could pull the creature 10 feet closer to me, which is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So the Thorn Whip whips out, wraps around his throat, and you pull him onto the table. He is surprised by this. He was not expecting such force from any of you. And he gets pulled up onto the table and dragged across it, about half of the distance between where he was sitting and where you are now. Elvira.
Ooh, Elvira is going to look him dead in the eye and try and find her spells, which she's better at than I am. And she will release Psychic Scream is what I'm looking for, which I have, but cannot seem to find in my spells.
Oh, I think I can fix that for you.
It's here somewhere.
By the way, did he get pulled anywhere where Shelley was or past?
He's not past you. He's about... So he was 20 feet from Morticia, who was the closest to him. You moved between Morticia and him. He is about 5 feet away from you now. So he's didn't provoke a attack of opportunity,
okay.
but he is
Just
within
checking.
striking distance of the massive beam that you have.
Elvira, it's in your 9th levels.
There we go. Yeah, I unleash the power of my mind to blast intellect up to him. I'm just going to scream loud noises into his head.
Amazing.
He must make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, I will warn you, he is good at those.
Oh no.
Gonna be the only time he's heard a lady scream.
What is the DC? Yeah.
Attack save is 14.
Okay, he
Or
does
17, sorry, my bad.
he does pass his saving throw.
Ooh, it's 17. Very nice. He takes half on a successful save. The target takes half as much damage and is stunned. So that is 4d6. It says.
That's 14d6.
Oh Jesus!
And is stunned.
I think that's only if it succeeds.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a lot of d6. I'm going to have to roll this digitally.
Yeah, if you click the box on D&D Beyond, it'll roll all of that.
I don't know how to work D&D Beyond.
That's fair, neither do I.
Next to Psychic Scream, there's a red outline button. Oh, there you go.
Here we go. 52. And half of that, so 26.
26, okay. You see him, his eyes clenched down tight and a pained look on his face as the scream rips through him. Double checking something. Nope, not yet. Okay. And he shakes it off and pushes himself to his feet as it is his turn. Checking all of the wonderful things he can do. He is going to shake off the damage that he's taken so far, gesture towards Elvira, who has done the most damage to him so far, and call forth a swarm of bats that is going to come down to attack you. Oof.
Is Elvira within 5 feet of me?
No. About 10 feet away. Okay. And 6 swarms of bats come shattering down from the rafters, swarming down at you.
I think I have counterspell.
This is not a spell.
Oh, darn.
He's summoning the children. What's music they make? And they are going to swarm and attack and bite you, but they will not actually get their turn yet. And then he turns, pulls a sword out, and just swings it at you, Shelley. And that is going to...
Bring it.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
What'd you do?
Seeing what his... Okay, it's +9. Does an 11 hit?
Nope.
Cool. I did not think that I was going to hit on a 2. So it's more of a flourish than anything. It's obvious he was trying to attack you. He just completely missed.
You're kidding, right?
Fair
That's
play.
all she says. That's all she says while she stares him down.
And Lily, it's your turn.
All right. So, I am just going to, let's see here. Yeah, let's bring out the big guns. So I'm going to, for flavor, fish out one of my little potions that I always do.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to take it, and I am going to cast Blight.
Light. Okay.
And I need a con save from you.
Okay. Con. That is actually a 21.
The save is a 21.
Ooh. Well, what's the effect?
So you're going to be taking half damage, I believe.
Okay.
You see. Yeah, it's just half damage, so let me roll the damage. Because it takes a second to roll all those dice.
Yep.
44, so 22 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So 22.
Mm-hmm.
And you see he's been shrugging off most of the damage he's taken so far. He's just kind of like, it hits him and then he kind of absorbs it and then it's like nothing had happened. This time, not so much. You see him stagger. And then kind of refocus and turn his attention back towards Shelley.
And let me just 1 second. I am, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Shelley.
Okay.
And so any attacks against Shelley must first make a wisdom saving throw.
Nice. Okay. And speaking of, we are back at the top of initiative unless there's anything else you can do.
Yeah, so as I cast that, I'm just gonna be like, Shelley, do your worst, dear. And
Don't mind if I do.
And Shelley is going to take a glass that basically she took from the tavern. She's gonna pour something inside of the glass, and bonus action chug it.
Okay.
That's the good stuff. You know, I'm really trying to work on my health and fitness, you know?
And then she's kind of stretching. And as she does that, basically you kind of almost see like where there's like almost like little sparks where her stitches are. She took potion of speed, which is basically giving her the benefit of the haste spell, which adds a +2 to her AC, and she gets another action on her turn.
Well,
so she's going to then, after doing that, she smiles and she's going to attack. So yeah, she's doing two-handed after she drops, basically smashes the glass, and she's going to two-handed hit during that rage to try to hit him. And she's also too, like you see where her tattoos kind of are still kind of looking like that kind of lightning glimmer throughout, because she's actually using another feature of hers for extra necrotic damage.
okay.
And her Divine Fury.
Nice. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, so let's see. Gosh, I hope this hits. Okay, and 18 plus 9, 27.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, so for that first hit, let me just do that first. It's 1d10 plus that 16. Okay, so that is 18 plus she also too has that Divine Fury, which is radiant damage. So it's 1d6 plus 10.
Okay.
So that's 16 radiant damage. And then she has 4d6 of necrotic on top of that.
Okay.
Basically, her stitches are her Blood Fury tattoo equivalent.
Nice.
So that's going to be 19 points of necrotic.
Okay.
And that's just the first hit. She has 2 more.
All right. I'm gonna. He's resistant against necrotic, so I'm having that, but not against
That's
radiant. So what's half of 19? Because I'm bad at math.
8? Wait, no. 9. No, I'm like, wait, hold on.
9.
9.
9. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Second attack.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That is 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. So then let me do that first. 1d10. So that is another 18 points of damage. She is still going to use her ability as far as the necrotic, even though it gets halved.
Okay. And was that 18 also radiant, or was that just bludgeoning?
No, that was just, she can only use the Divine Fury
Okay.
for the first hit.
Okay.
So yeah. So that additional necrotic, that's so that's 15
Okay.
halved, and then she has her her last hit from the
Right.
haste, and that is 28 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then we got, let's see here. Okay, so that's 24 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna still put that stank on it. But that's a little less stank. That's only 9, so.
Okay. He looks hurt. He looks very battered and confused and surprised. And that is when the angry spirits make their attack again. So that's going to be for Elvira. It does a 15 hit. Okay, the 15 hits, and then I believe for Morticia a 22 is going to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll the other 2 real quick. See how they do. Lily does an 11 hit. No?
Nope.
Okay. And for Shelley, does an 18.
They have to make a wisdom saving throw to attack Shelley.
And I also, too, if they're attacking Morticia, I get an opportunity attack with my melee.
You do. Okay, so one sec. The wisdom saving throw is definitely failed, so they can't attack. That one that attacks Shelley can't, and you will get a attack of opportunity against the one that is attacking Morticia. Go ahead and make that while I roll the damage for Elvira.
Okay.
That is actually going to be 6 psychic damage this time, Elvira.
Yep, that's a 37 to hit.
Oh yeah, you can definitely hit the spirit.
I don't think so.
And it's just disincorporates. It's gone.
Thanks,
Toodles.
Shell.
Of
Much
course.
appreciate it.
Not gonna let that thing try to touch you. Only Gomez can do that, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of Morticia, it is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Thanks, Lil.
I had all these ideas and then they all just kind of went away. So one moment. A little annoyed by all of these spirits and Mr. Strahd over here. He doesn't deserve the term Lord anymore. Mr. Strahd. I'd like to bring it around to some weather that I really enjoy because it gets very loud, very thunderous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Thunderclap as I start applauding. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a con save for you, my friend.
So let's see if he can pass that.
It's my
16.
favorite condition. Thunder and lightning.
What's the DC?
16?
Pretty sure his 5 fails. So, because I rolled a 1.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. He failed spectacularly.
Ooh. Y'all, I got a 666 there, so that's 12.
I was going to use one of his legendary resistances, but not if you rolled a 666.
Yeah, and so that's a 21 damage altogether.
21. What kind of damage?
Oh, right. Thunder.
Thunder? Okay.
It's Thunderclap. I should know that.
He takes all of that. He looks stunned. He looks very confused and razzled. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, so with that, I am actually going to look at Shelley and go, you really do need to get a little more pep in your step and a little bit more pep in that swing, I suppose. And I'm going to give her some bardic inspiration.
Okay. Okay, bardic
I
inspiration.
feel
for Shelley.
motivated and everything. Yeah, I like this. Let's go. Let's do this.
You're the only person I would say that to.
I appreciate it, Tish.
And is that it for your turn? Elvira.
Elvira is still scooping bats out of her hair at this point. Bats! Why did it have to be bats, spirits? Oh, the thunder. Good idea, Morticia. And I forgot I had this. And she pulls her spell book out of her cleavage, and she reads a little spell out of it. And she kind of looks up and goes, Thunderclap, just like Deadass. Taste my power, kiss my Tarask. And she uses the scroll of Summon Tarask.
I love you.
And a thunderous roar, much louder than the thunderclap, rips across the castle as part of the wall collapses as a massive, gargantuan, horned lizard appears, razor-sharp claws and murderous intent in its eyes, and fixes its gaze on Strahd. He looks at it, blinks, And is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Elvira?
She just looks at the rest of the group and goes, "It's actually Gronk. This realm seems to have done something to him. Usually it's a little smaller version than that, but hey,
I like the upgrades.
not bad."
And Strahd says, "Ladies, I know when I have been bested," and dissipates into mist.
He didn't even want to finish the fight.
And you see the mist start to lower drift across the floor out of the room.
Is it technically my turn now?
Yes, it is.
All right.
And I should probably roll initiative for the Trask, huh? that seems fitting.
So let's see. I'm just gonna cast Blight on the mist again.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's just, yeah, fuck it. It's a one shot. Let's see how this goes. All this time rolling this dice.
Get up.
Oh wait, so that would be a con save from the mist, actually.
I thought. Okay. Let's see how he does on. He's been doing terrible on his saving throws, so.
Come on.
What is the DC?
21.
20.
He's going to take 52 points of necrotic damage.
He has resistant against necrotic, so he will take half of that, which is 26.
26.
And you see the mist. It's almost as if it just got batted across the floor. As the mist just lurches away. Alright. So the blight knocks that cloud of mist to the side. And seeing as Strahd is trying to escape, you kind of dropped initiative here. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
So I have an idea of perhaps using some sort of light. Would that knock Strahd out of gaseous form?
The only thing that he is vulnerable to in his mist form is daylight and magical abilities. So yes, actually, casting daylight or something like that would potentially knock him out of it.
Excellent. So not that I'm the type of person who really enjoys light of any kind, but I'm gonna cast a daylight, but with some flavor text, if that's okay with you. When
Absolutely.
I go ahead and cast daylight, all the daylight it makes the room entirely bright, but when you pan over to Morticia, she's still in the shadows, but you still have like the beam of light like going across her face.
Mm-hmm. There's that like beam of light, just very cinematic view. And the room fills with brilliant bright light that illuminates everything, and you hear a scream as Strahd is ripped out of his mist form back into his vampire form, taking 20 radiant damage from the bright daylight he's suddenly hit with. And that will reintroduce us to initiative, which means it's the Tarask's turn. So the Tarask is going to take its turn, which is going to be its bite attack. And that is definitely, with the plus 19, that is definitely going to hit Strahd's AC. So the Trask wings its head through the room, leans down, and just chomps, engulfing Strahd entirely and swallowing him whole.
That was my bad. I forgot to feed Gronk this morning.
And that is a lot of damage. So I'm going to roll that, but I'm going to let you know right now, it's more HP than he has left. So Strahd is...
Amazing.
That is the end of the combat.
Well, I call that a successful ladies' night.
I agree.
Definitely. Tish, can you do something about this light? I mean, it's doing a number on my eye. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. And I'm just going to drop daylight.
Okay, you dissipate the daylight, and it goes back to the normal gloom of
Oh, that's
Barovia.
better. Much better.
Pretty sure this means we get to keep the castle now, so we don't need to find out who did the interior decorating. As a matter of fact, we could probably do some redecorating ourselves.
Oh, I have to do a little something because I'm feeling really juiced up, if you know what I'm saying. Thanks to you girls giving me a little extra zhuzh. If you don't mind, I think over there, if I break down that wall that looks like Frankie's head, then maybe we can make a nice little bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes?
You can
Sounds like a
see
great idea.
Where the Trask tore through the wall, there's plenty of stone to knock away and crush if you so choose.
Yeah, so she's looking kind of like crazed and just enraged as Shelley, they know Shelley can get sometimes. So she's going to go over there and she's just going to race over there and just start pounding.
Okay.
You like that, Frankie? Huh?
You stupid. And she's just like hitting and smashing the wall.
Fantastic. Crushing rock as you go.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear a burp from the Trask.
Elvira walks over and scratches his little pink mohawk and goes, I think maybe next girls' night we do. Have you guys ever heard of a rage room? I think Shelley might really like that. Come to think about it, the kids might like it too.
I bet they would.
Could I bring Gomez?
Absolutely.
And Tish, we could finally let Pugsley and Eddie have that play date we've been trying for years.
Yes, it's about time. Oh, and we also have these cute little stone dragons they could play with.
Oh, yes.
You do. And Shelley, you demolish the wall.
That's much better. I feel very, very calm, very zen. Whew. Nice.
Excellent. I think this is probably a good time to maybe go back home. Thing,
Up onto your shoulder.
I want to go home.
And back down, vanishes for a moment, and comes back with the book. The book plops open. You see pages fluttering as a breeze picks up, flickering around the room, blowing the pages around, picking up, and as it does, washes of color come back through your vision. And in the whirlwind, you are transported back to the library, where we will put color back. That takes me longer because I have to do two.
Now in living color.
You are standing in the Addams Family library. Book snaps to a close, and you can slide it back on the bookshelf.
Well, wasn't that just exciting?
I wish
Yeah,
you
you-
would have told me that reading was so much fun.
Usually I gotta check out really terrible B movies in order to get that kind of action, but I like the book thing, Morticia. It's really nice.
I'm glad
We'll have
you
to do it
enjoyed.
again.
Absolutely. But at any rate, I do have some needs to take care of for Gomez. He's been wailing too much on Fester.
I should probably get back. Eddie should be getting back from his friend's house sometime soon.
Lurch,
Hmm.
could you see to it that the ladies make it to the door mostly safely?
He gestures for you to follow him, leaving Morticia in the library, leading the three of you to the front door, where sitting outside is the Monster Mobile and a now once again confused but not all that surprised driver. And as you pile into the car, Shelley, where would you like to go?
Shelley turns to Elvira in the carriage, or in the monster mobile.
Elvira, I'm thinking that maybe it might be fun to have a single gals trip. You know what I'm saying? Just like single gal pals having a good old time, going places and whatnots.
I agree. There's a couple of those terrible movies I could show you that I was talking about that might be fun. Do you need a place to stay?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you're offering, because yes, I'm not trying to go back to daddy right now because of reasons, as you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Just, some of the people in the neighborhood a little judgy, the kind of like flaming pitchfork types. So just keep a level file and you should be all right.
All right, whatever you say. Let's do it.
Ladies, the driver rips off down the roads, taking all three of you toward Elvira's, dropping Shelley and Elvira off, and then returning at last to the monster's home, drops you off, Lil. That's the end of Ladies' Night in Barovia. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in and enjoying this wonderful tale. Before we go, I want to hand things over to my lovely cast to sign us out and say once again who they are, where you can find them. I'm going to start with Cynthia, who's brought this entire thing together. This was all your idea.
Yeah! Oh my god, it's been like a year. We were waiting to do this. I'm so excited that it finally pulled through, and hopefully maybe we'll like get it going, do like a Christmas special, or get like the hubbies in and get like the kids in and get like other characters in. Like I'm so here for this whole like dark horror universe. Like I just want to do the thing. Anywho, hi, I'm Cynthia Marie. I played Morticia or Momticia. You guys are used to that one. You guys can find me on the socials, as I said earlier, Syndancer in Twitter and Instagram, Cynthia__Marie. I'm on a lot of different shows. The current one right now is New York by Night. That's airing on the World of Darkness channel official on twitch.tv. That's on Fridays at there's a lot of different time zones, so I'm going to just say mine, which is 7 p.m. Pacific, and whatever it aligns to yours, try to do the math, because I can't. Thank you. I can't math right now. So, anywho, this is like family. These are like my best friends. So, like, y'all, like, this was just like too much fun to play. So, love you guys.
And Ellie.
Hi, I have been Ellie or Lily Munster, an absolute favorite character of mine for my whole life. So big thank you to Cynthia for immediately thinking of me as Lily. You can find me all on the socials at Ellie_A_Collins, or on ATL by Night on Tuesdays, or on our YouTube channel, or on anything on Gehenna Gaming that I jump on, or on my TTRPG Fear by the Fire, which is out now.
Brianna.
Hello, I'm Brianna. Some of you guys may know me as Utahime on the social medias, and I was playing Shelley, aka the Bride of Frankenstein. And it was an absolute honor and pleasure to be at this table. Seriously, thank you so much for having me. I had an absolute blast. I'm community manager and producer over at Cybernation Uncensored. I also have a show on Cybernation Uncensored called Power Word Talk, where I talk with different artists, writers, creators in our community who are making a positive impact on the space. And it's been a blast doing that. And I'm also the community manager over at the Initiative Order. But again, this was so much fun, so rad. I absolutely loved everything about every single minute of this. So thank you again for having me.
And last but not least, Megan.
Hey there, Megan McCauley, also known as Melee Damage. Some of you. You can find me on all the socials at whatever they are, / Melee Damage mostly, and Megan McCauley Official. But yeah, I do music, acting, TTRPG stuff, just in general, anything to do with entertainment. And the best way to stay up to date on everything I'm doing is to follow the socials because it changes kind of very quickly. But yeah, it was an absolute pleasure playing Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark tonight. One of my absolute favorites. Thank you again, Sid, for thinking of me for that. I really appreciate that because she's so much fun. Everybody's got to get, their little slutty side out sometimes, so I'm here for it. Elvira is here to bring that out of all of our hearts. She puts the boob back in boob tube.
Fantastic. And I have been your Carriage Driver, your Strahd, and all of your NPC voices this evening. Ian E. Muller, founder of Gehenna Gaming. I'm not going to go into too much detail because if you're here, you probably have seen my face before. Thank you for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye.